All right, folks, good Monday morning. Welcome aboard our solo Amazon brief. Feels like forever I haven't talked to you guys. It's been a long time. A lot of stuff's going on. Great stuff. I apologize. When was that, man? It feels like a year ago. Thursday, we did the traders accounting brief in the afternoon, but I had to rush out of the house and rush down to the FLA Live Center because my son, Jack, was playing in his rivalry hockey game, right? The Boca Bobcats versus the Spanish River something. My boy scored 2 goals on the big ice and an assist, and they beat him. They were undefeated. So proud Papa moment, Captain Jack, or Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? So here's the replay. Somebody wrote hey man, where's the do you have the replay from the traders accounting brief? So there you go. Yeah, so that was a good time. What else is going on? Let me take a look at everything. Because I wrote down a bunch of notes. Okay. Let me do a quick brief here about the call option because Susie got a couple emails. This is options, folks. So maybe I'm doing a shitty job explaining it, but I'll try again. So from now until my birthday, shameless plug, December 31st, amateur night for drunk drivers. The Buckley family. So Susie came up with a yeah, exactly. Check out my Instagram. I got one of them. I got the celebration after one, and then I got one of the other ones. Really good. Check out my Instagram. Really, it's sniper shot. Susie did an awesome job of years ago creating a good things jar, right? So throughout the year, anything good that happens, you write it down and you just throw it in the jar from January 1st to December 31st. And then we have a nice dinner, New Year's Eve, where we sit down and we just kind of pass the jar around the table and you take something out and you read it. And it's just a really incredible debrief of the year. And you realize you ready for it, good things that happen throughout the year. So we do that on New Year's Eve and then I'll most likely sit on the couch, even though there's 90,000 parties to go to. I just don't. I'm telling you, man, after doing the medicine, it just the going out and the partying thing, it doesn't resonate with me anymore whatsoever. The alcohol doesn't, and sometimes the fakeness of it all. Really interesting. Becoming more of an introvert, or maybe I'm just getting old and cranky. But here we go. So we've had 2 people take me up on this. And I appreciate that. But there was other questions. So here's the deal. January 1st, the lifetime investment goes up to $25,000. It started at 10, folks. So the people who got it at 10 are laughing all the way to the bank. The people who got it at 15 are laughing to the bank. The people who got it at 20 are laughing to the bank. So thank you, Michael, maturing like a fine wine. So between now and December 31st, you're going to be able to get, this is a call option. Let me explain options to you if you're brand new to Top Gun Options. You make a $5,000 donation to the No Fallen Heroes Foundation before December 31st or on December 31st, and the payment link is up, and I'll give it to you right now. You make a $5,000 donation. You sponsor a veteran. You are sponsoring a veteran to go to Costa Rica in February is what we're scheduled to do. Still working out. I got a ton of shit going on. That's what we're scheduling to do. You sponsor a veteran. You potentially save her or his life. I think we have 2 or 3 female fighter pilot veterans. I got to check with Sledge. We have an African-American Army guy. We have a fire rescue guy from Miami who was also a Marine. We have me. Might have Susie. We'll see. So there we go. There's Sledge. So you have the opportunity to sponsor somebody and save a life. I know you're not doing it for this, but I'm going to mention it because my accountant always tells me to remind people you get a great tax write-off. Who the fuck cares? Accountants do. But if you care about something like that, you get a great tax write-off. As soon as you make that donation, I get an email. Sledge gets an email that says, hey, boom, I will give you access to lifetime for the rest of the call option. So there you go. Andrew's one of them. So welcome aboard, Andrew. Andrew's incredible story with losing his son. And Andrew has said had his son or he had known about this medicine or this potential treatment, his son might still be here. And he is still here. Obviously, Andrew, he's working through your generosity and your work. So Andrew is a new lifetime member who took the call option, man. So I appreciate that, Andrew. So you have the right, but not the obligation. See, we're doing our call training right here. So you have the right because when you buy something, right? Sellers, I have an obligation. Buyers have a right. So you have the right, but not the obligation to get access to lifetime for a 50% discount. It's funny that people are still writing about the 10 grand. That's over with, baby. That ship has sailed. Except for Nicole, one of them, over in Tampa or over in West Florida, who got leveled by the hurricane. She has a bunch of rental properties. I'm hooking her up. Anybody else who's emailing me about the 10, I am a man of my word. I said the price was going up as of midnight, and it did. So in 2023, it's going to be 25 grand. You're going to get it for 12 and a half. You get a 50% discount. Okay. All you have to do is fund that. It's sometime in the next 3 months. Ladies and gentlemen, last week, by the time I closed it, the SPX trade, when I closed it, was $11,250. One trade last week essentially bought your lifetime, and you can transfer it to a family member. One trade. Did everybody get that trade last week? You're welcome. So, save lives, change lives. It's a tax write-off, and you're going to help sponsor somebody. So, you can shoot me an email if you have any questions. You don't have to email support and ask Susie, because this morning when Susie was like, how do I answer this email? I'm like, I'm going to teach you about call options. So I taught her about call options. Just email me. So everybody give Sledge, our brother Sledge, a golf clap. Here is the No Fallen Heroes Foundation website. No one gets left behind. So nice job getting this up, Sledge. So really cool the way the carousel rotates. We might have to tell Tim to get the carousel a little quicker, because most people scroll pretty quick. I'm going to think about that. So we got ground folks, we got first responders, we got aviators and air crew from supersonic to psychedelics, and obviously the family members as well. There's our brother Slider with his ex-wife and his two kids. What a great American. So you can click on donate. Obviously, that's where you can do your donation down here. They served us. Now it's your turn. So that's your lifetime call option. You're going to help us send veterans on February for their healing journey. Now, I'm also going to ask you right now to step up, even if you can't swing the 5, and do something. As of yesterday, while the market was closed, 450, allow me to round up, 455 grand-ish across the 5, including my lifetime, and I threw Susie's trades in there because she's a great trader. Over $400,000, folks. Year ain't over yet. We might get to $500,000. I don't know. Don't jinx me. If you made money this year, I'm going to ask you. I'm not going to beg. I'm going to ask that you donate to the No Fallen Heroes Foundation now. There's the link. Here's the website, or you can just click donate, just down at the bottom. I'm going to ask you to throw some of your shekels. If you made 10, 11 grand on that dredge last week, do us a favor and throw something up. Now, Sledge briefed me yesterday. We're going to have a recurring monthly option soon. It's about a week or 2 weeks out. Sledge is diligently working hard on all of that stuff. So, because I know Goose, you all know Goose, he's a great American. He had a nice recurring monthly donation going to the Top Gun Fighter Foundation. And he's like, dude, when's that going to happen for us? We're on it. We're working. But I'm going to ask you right now, man, or if we do a sniper shot today or anything like that, dedicate, you know what, Wiz, half my sniper shot's going to go to the foundation, because we need your help, guys. Okay. All right. What else? Thank you, ma'am. What else is going on here? I gave you the replay for Traders Accounting. That was a good brief. I actually learned stuff. I learn stuff every day. Already talked about that. Podcast. I blew Fridays off because I had so much shit going on. So no podcast coming up. We'll finish up Slider here in a little bit. And that's it. Let's go. All right. Let's go ahead and get rolling. Some not trading stuff. This is really, have you been paying? Now I'm guilty, and I'll admit it, because my social media lady has us on TikTok, but have you seen TikTok, folks? It's brilliant. Have you seen Chinese TikTok? Chinese TikTok shows their children engineering videos, math videos, how to be a great person videos. Do you know what TikTok shows my daughter Keely? Bulimia videos and overeating videos. And this is absolutely a brilliant strategy. They are dumbing down the United States of America and our children. Trust me, I'm all over my kids. But have you been paying attention to this? Do you guys know this is going on? Remember when Donald Trump's like, I'm going to throw this, this app out of our country. Last week, the Department of Defense and the State Department, I think the entire federal government said, absolutely, I can't believe TikTok was allowed to be on your government phone. Are we insane? Did you all know this is going on? The type of content that they're pushing to our children versus their children? You knew this was going on, right? I think it's brilliant. Whenever my enemy does something that I think is brilliant, I'm going to say it. The CIA director said it publicly. Children are being harmed and targeted by this Chinese company. It's genuinely troubling how the Chinese government is manipulating TikTok. Wow. If you take it back, I love Tom Cotton. I hope he runs for president. Him and DeSantis. If you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, why in the world would we allow a Chinese-owned company, which has to answer to the communists, to be one of the largest media platforms in our country? Would we ever have allowed Soviet Russia to own a major newspaper or broadcast network during the Cold War? Of course we wouldn't have. The Center for Countering Digital Hate found that the app is pushing self-harm and eating disorder content to our children's feeds. The app is poisoning children's mind, promoting hatred of their own bodies, and pushing suggestions of self-harm and deadly attitudes. Holy shit. Parents will be shocked to learn the truth and will be furious that lawmakers are failing to protect young people from big tech billionaires that are on account of blah, blah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our enemy. We're doing it to ourselves. What else is going on? Oh, this was pretty well. It wasn't pretty cool, but did you see the video last week of the F-35 mishap in Fort Worth? It's where my reserve squadron was. My hangar is right there in the background. F-35. I learned something new about the F-35. It has an automatic eject feature. The jet, the HAL 2000, knows when to get rid of the pilot, or maybe it doesn't. So look at that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is called a 0-0 ejection seat, meaning you don't need any airspeed and you don't need any altitude. The ejection seat is strong enough to eject you high enough and far enough away from the mishap. He got like 1 or 2 swings in the chute. I talked to a bunch of Harrier guys, one I went through flight school with, a ton of shit. Some fan blade they think busted and stuff like that. But watch that. As soon as he goes off-roading, right about there, holy shit. Wow. There's $500 million that I'm sure Lockheed, and I think it was a test guy, so I'm sure they're going to build the government for that one. In more political news, you ready for this? The Federal Reserve Bank admits the BLS job numbers were overstated by 1 million for this year. Now that the election's over, can somebody explain to me why it's weird that the BLS gets these numbers wrong to the upside under Obama and Biden? I'm going to let that one sink in. Do you imagine if Donald Trump was president and the BLS came out and said, oh, yeah, the numbers were inflated by 1 million? They'd be impeaching him for the 120th time. Here's your government, folks. I already briefed you on Obama years ago. Remember when that happened? Exactly. What a BLS. Remember the IG investigation that took like a year and a half to do? I could have done it in an hour. Like 98% of the BLS economists made donations to the Obama campaign. The 2% remaining didn't make any donations, but all of them went to Democrats. So there you go. There's your government lying to you again. Military spending surges, creating new booms for arms makers. War is good. War is awesome, says the CEO of defense companies. Look at that headline, man. Military spending surges, creating new boom for arms makers. Underneath that headline is death. Underneath that headline is suffering. That's Wiz. Gordon Gekko. Underneath that headline is increased P&E. Underneath that headline is shareholder value. Underneath that headline is money and lobbyists and 4 stars leaving the Pentagon to go work at these companies. It's disgusting. How many times have I told you that President Eisenhower, is spinning in his grave? The only dude in recent history in this republic that's won a war. Hey, man, keep an eye on the defense industry. It's gross. It's a horror. But I told you 3 months ago, get bullish. Was I late? Yeah, because I thought this thing we'd ask for peace. Oh, I forgot my funny Bitcoin of the day. Whatever. It's a joke. It's all a joke. Binance over the weekend. Did you see if you're in crypto, hopefully you're paying attention to all this. I really don't care. It's just comical to me. These like 3 or 4 big accounting firms pulled all of their audits like off of Binance site, Coin site. All the crypto auditors are kind of like quietly taking their file away. And the Binance dude is like, no, here's their letter. And the company's like, no, that wasn't an audit. That's just you paid us to write a letter that says you have us paid. We didn't do an audit. Start digging into page 102 of your shit that you have with this stuff. Did you see this interview last week? I'm not, Becky Quick ain't no journalist. She claims she's a journalist, but it was funny when she interviewed this guy last week, like, so you could come up with $2 billion today if you needed to. And he's like, we'll let the lawyers figure that out. She kind of rolled her eyes and looked at the camera like, was that a joke? This was a cringe-worthy interview last week on CNBC. So there's your crypto as a Ponzi scheme. So Binance proof of reserve has been removed from the website. Mazars, the accounting firm, is like, yeah, we're not going to vouch for what we've been paid to say we vouched for. Okay. Enjoy. Ukraine attempted decapitation strike of Russia's top general, even as the U.S. tried to stop it. So, Ukrainian military and intelligence agencies attempted to assassinate Gerasimov. He's the chief of the general staff of the Russian armed forces. What happened? We were helping them. Remember at the beginning of this thing? General killed, another general killed, another general, like 12 generals were all killed. We did that. We gave them, I mean, it wasn't hard. The generals positioned themselves near antennas and communication arrays. Haven't you seen a World War II movie? Hello, General. Don't salute me, you jackass. Now the snipers know who I am. So, but in April, the Russian chief of the general staff said, hey, well, I'm going to go to the front lines myself. We knew. And we kept this information from the Ukrainians, worried that they would strike. Guess what happened? They learned of the general's plans anyway, putting who in a bind? Us. Senior American officials told Ukraine, don't do it. So who is he? He's Mark Milley. He's our chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Yeah, so 12 generals we helped die, but not that guy. Why? Because killing him could have brought about a nuclear response. On December 19th, 2022 at 10:23 in the morning, I am briefing you on this. It's stunning to me. So I'm going to make the Ukraine part of our brief really quick right now. You ready for this? What are we doing? We're cowards. This pregnant warfare. Well, kill those generals, but don't kill that guy. What? Warfare should be absolutely insanely horrific and quick and as brutal as possible so it ends. No. You can't kill that general, but kill this general. Huh? He's the dude that's in charge of everything. Yeah, but, something bad might happen. Oh, as opposed to thousands and thousands and thousands of people dying right now. Well, yeah. Oh. Okay. I thought Joe Biden said our mission objective was regime change. And then I thought I heard General Milley Lloyd Austin say what? We want to degrade their ability to fight on the battlefield. Well, killing that dude would do it, wouldn't it? Oh no. So we're kind of half pregnant. You nailed it, David. They were actually mourning General Suleiman, right? General Suleiman responsible for killing 608 soldiers and Marines. That's 608 families who are changed forever, creating generational trauma. Donald Trump killed that guy, and they were going to impeach him. He killed the number one terrorist, and the Democrats had a shit fit. Barack Hussein Obama killed Americans via drone strikes. The United States president killed Americans with a drone strike without a trial. Democrats defended that. There's your history lesson. I'm not going to brief you on this long. This is a good read. Read this over a cup of coffee, if you will. Henry Kissinger, How to Avoid Another War. Dude might kind of know what he's talking about, but again, me, the Pope, Elon Musk, Henry Kissinger, we're all Putin plants and Russian sympathizers. I can't believe you, Wiz. You're a traitor to this country. Okay. This is a well thought out and reasonable article. Please read it. All right, here we go. Yeah, well, exactly, Grant. Well, I briefed you on this last week. Did you hear anything more about the Patriot missiles? We heard that we might be sending Patriot missile batteries to Ukraine, Russia. You put one Patriot missile battery in that country, we're going to destroy them. And we might use nukes. Oh. Do you think the Patriot missile batteries that go into Ukraine, if they go into Ukraine, are going to be staffed 100% by Ukrainians? Or like Sledge's son, when he was serving this country, I guarantee you those Patriot batteries will be manned, womaned, along with U.S. service personnel. You think I want my kid, either of them, dying in eastern Ukraine? You can kiss my ass. Anyway, so let's look at the headline from our last brief, December 13th. Fade the CPI rally and pal on deck. What did we do last Monday? What did I say last Monday? This was like fish shooting candy in a barrel. Exactly. Taking candy from a baby, fish in a barrel, baby in a barrel, shooting fish. All of that. What happened since that solo Amazon brief? That, you're welcome. That was 11 grand by the time I closed it. Did everybody get out? I mean, you could, if you didn't get out of those treads, those were trades, but no, they were treads because I have Amazon longs, I have COP longs, I have psychedelic longs, but so yeah, they were treads, but those were pretty damn solid shots. What was it? Because I reviewed it. There was a Pam or somebody asked me like, hey, I said, well, I already have mine on, but if you need to add new ones, what do we do? Like the 4100, 4150? And that's the deal with solo Amazon, folks. I'm not just doing Amazon trades in here anymore because I'm like, if I see bad, I'm hooking you up. So you're welcome. I mean, we can be making Amazon. We are making Amazon money, even though the long is getting hammered. I don't care. Grab wherever my yellow stickies are. Whenever you pull up your E-Trade account, put a yellow sticky over the long. Who cares? If a year and a half to 2 years out where that trade Amazon isn't up, we're all in a world of trouble. But what are we doing the whole time that Amazon is still down here? Making money on short calls, on spreads, on whatevers. So when, not if, this happens, markets go up over time, folks. Be present, Wiz. I will be present. Maya Angelou. What a beautiful day. I don't think I've seen this one before. You haven't. I haven't seen Amazon here before. I haven't seen this market before. I have no idea what's going to happen in 2 years. Historically, markets go up over time, so Amazon will be fine. It's fine. It's always fine, says Susie Buckley in episode 33, which is now the second highest rank Max Afterburner podcast. She has over 600 downloads. I think my episode 7, where I do my first medicine debrief, is number 1. She's coming. I keep telling her to get her own podcast because she's awesome. So Hold on. Let me finish this. We'll get into Amazon. What else do I have? Oh, here we go. Yeah, duh, I need to finish my brief. The big story on the market downturn, folks, is what? The wealth bubble. The wealth bubble isn't popping, it's popped. We've talked about the housing market, folks. All these Christmas parties, man. We got like 9 more this week. Again, in South Florida, you can't swing a dead cat without hitting a realtor. Got to say realtor the right way or you get corrected. The housing market popped down here 8 months ago, man. So that happened. I've been briefing you randomly on what? Used car sales market. I did a shit ton of events for, oh my God, it just went out of my head. It begins with an M. The big car auction company. God, what's the big car auction company? They have hundreds of cars, and we went in there and restructured it like a thank you, Mannheim. It's Mannheim. Thank you, Paul. We went in there and restructured the place because technically it's an aircraft carrier flight deck. We got dudes that drive and the pilots in the car and the communication. We put jerseys on them in different colors. Totally streamlined that company. You're welcome. So everything is popped. It's popped. A Wall Street Journal poll last week. I've been dying to brief you on this one. Americans expect a worsening economy in 2023. Over a third of voters say inflation is causing them major financial strain. Ladies and gentlemen, wasn't it funny, Jerome Powell last week? What did we say? If you're a hawk, you're going to find hawk stuff. If you're a dove, you're going to find dove stuff. Who won? The effing Hawks. He still did it. That's what's funny. I'm like, yeah, it's an interesting reaction because I still heard the dove, but this time you decided to focus on the hawk. I thought people were already out here like in March, he's going to pivot and raise rates, or I'm sorry, cut rates, duh. So it was a really interesting reaction to the market. I think it's more technical too, because I heard dove, I heard hawk, but we've been in this like massive downturn. This thing popped out of the thing. I think that's going to happen. This is, well, we'll go look at the S&P for real, but I told you back here, folks, back here-ish, I said, I think we still got another 5, 10, 15, even 20% to go. Look at it's a bear. This is that and this were both what, folks? We called it bear market rallies. Bear markets can have rallies. They can have awesome rallies, but you're still in a bear market. The American people, folks, that's China stuff. We can talk in the primary brief and oil in the primary. But ladies and gentlemen, let's dissect this headline real quick. Expect a worsening economy. And the previous brief was what? Wealth bubble. I see it, folks. I don't love this, but I love that. Businessman Wiz loves this. I love shit like this because people are like, can you teach me how to trade options? When the market's going straight up, everybody's a genius. Now is when people start flocking to Top Gun options. Why? Again, at all the Christmas parties, I'm doing some good work. My 401k is a 101k. There's this wealth effect. I laugh all the time now at my Credit Karma. Every once in a while, I get an email. They stopped sending the your home equity has increased emails. It's really funny. Home equity was all the way up here. Now it's starting to get down to here. I don't care. Susie and I joke, I'm not going to be buried in the ground. I'm going to be buried in the backyard. I'm not. You guys know me. When I transition, you never die. There's no such thing as death. When you transition out of this thing, going to be cremated, put in a gunpowder. We're going to the beach and we're having a fireworks display to some cool music. That's how I'm going. So, but I don't care about my home equity. Other people do. Oh my God, I was going to get a home equity loan or line of credit or anything like that. This is going to get Ukraine. It's going to get worse. Now, that headline said what about Americans? This is why you're at Top Gun Options. The economy is worsening. I'm a student of markets, folks. I'm a student of this country. I can't remember a time where we've seen an economic contraction. Again, we can blame it on COVID and all that stuff, but a Federal Reserve raising interest rates going into, we're already in a recession, a deeper recession. This could not be more of a perfect storm of bad and reckless, out of control spending. Every time the Fed raises 25 basis points now, we go deeper into debt by like $500 billion. It's obscene. I can't even fathom the math. Just like Morgan Freeman did Our Universe, I wish he'd narrate like our debt. If you took a dollar bill, it would go past like freaking Pluto to our debt. It's insane. So, a lot of rambling going on, but here's what I'm going to get to. The stock market is not the economy. This is going to happen. Somebody asked earlier, I'm not ignoring you. We're going to put on more treads, or we're going to talk more bearish. But let's out here, ladies and gentlemen, somewhere over the rainbow, Jerome Powell and the Fed will pivot. The economy will be horrible. Layoffs, great, bordering on a depression. The stock market will turn. I guarantee you. And this is why you're here. Because you know for a fact, you didn't always know that until you got here. You'd see all those headlines. We're going to be bearish, right? You trade the market you have, not the one you want. So the market we have is currently doing the, holy shit, this guy's serious. Inflation is raging. What did I tell you last week with the CPI? What did I tell you last week? Everybody remember what I said? What was it, 7.1%? What did I tell you? I sat here for a half a day going, hold on, folks. The market, remember it was like 800 point up? I'm like, hold on. The market is celebrating inflation up at 7.1%. Fade that shit. Oh, man, it's an 800. It went from the futures being up 800 points to the Dow being down like 30 for the day. Remember that day? He printed money. Fade the CPI. I think that was in Solo Amazon. I said that last week. So this is reality setting in for a lot of market participants. This is a, holy shit, Jerome is still not, or he is still doing his job, right? So, all right. Let's get to the SPX. And take a look. And we'll talk Amazon too, obviously. But we had to talk a lot of macro stuff, man, because a couple of weeks ago, somebody's like, a Christmas rally. I'm like, we might have a Christmas massacre. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, based on seasonality, February sucks. Look at the stair step, man. I remember being up here drawing lines like this. Remember the initial time I'd be drawing stuff when we kind of were up here? I remember drawing deltas in here. Rally. Nope. Now we're back down here. Oh, now I'm doing these. Here's some more deltas I'm drawing for you. Look at that. Implosion. No. Yeah. Implosion. No. Yes. Implosion. No. This time it's different. Anybody see a trend? Bear market rally, bear market rally, bear market rally. The bear market rallies will end middle of next year-ish when Jerome Powell pivots. His talk last week, good sniper at 38.50. 38.50, look at that chop. What's the bottom there? Let me draw. I'm missing a line right there, 38.25. Okay. And folks, this ain't rocket surgery. Easily, I'm feeling 3,500 by February. February sucks. January, ladies and gentlemen, is usually a yay, Christmas sales and everything's good. And February sucks. It's my wedding anniversary month, but that's a good thing. Yeah, exactly, Graham. It is. It's a sawtooth cutting everybody who's a bull. I really don't. There ain't too many bulls that I know of. So let's debrief. Obviously, the Amazon short calls. I don't think there's been a week. I think there was 1 week, like a month and a half ago. The short calls I might have had to eject out of them or close them. Making money consistently every week on short calls. This has been a no-brainer. Now, have a bull put spread through the end of the year. This was kind of a trudge in the opposite direction. This is in case you're wrong, and Amazon does rally. So it's underwater. I get it. If you want to eject, but it's got time to work. You should be legging in iron condors on weeklies or something like that. But this is in case I'm wrong, and Amazon comes out of the blue with, yay, we're doing better. So that's a hold. So that's a January 6th trade. January 6th was worse than Pearl Harbor and 9/11 combined. Do you see on Twitter the Thursday night massacre? So Elon Musk started holding journalists accountable to the standards that I was held to when my accounts were booted or whatever, and they went apeshit. So now it's on Wikipedia. Look at it. The Thursday night massacre. Democrats and their words are comical. They're literally just funny people. They're not serious. There was an insurrection under Joe Biden. It happened in a weekend. An armed mob stormed a Capitol and changed a democratically elected government. It was the fucking Taliban. It wasn't a dude in a buffalo hat. If a dude in a buffalo hat with face paint was going to have the ability to overthrow our government, we're in a lot of trouble. I thought Joe Biden was the president who said, you don't need no Second Amendment. I got F-15s. You want to fight me? I got fighter jets. Anyway, why was I talking about that? Oh, the expiration, January 6th. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, this freaking profit. So take a look at the trade from last week. You're welcome that you're just not in solo Amazon, that I'm hooking you up. The max potential profit of that trade was $6,500. The max potential profit of the bear put spread was what? 10. If you stayed in this trade, which I got an email, a couple people, dude, the trade, what's that? 16, 17 grand. So ladies and gentlemen, if you did the trade on your screen last Monday, as briefed, you made $7, and you held it through Friday, probably making more money today. You made $17,000. What's the lifetime call option, Wiz? Oh, wow. So in one trade, you paid for the lifetime membership? Yeah, I did. You're welcome. Now, let's talk about where we are potentially going now. I want to talk about also some Amazon, obviously, since we are in solo Amazon. Amazon, folks, really interesting because look at this. It almost looks like the S&P 500. Insane COVID rally. And I think this is exactly what I think the S&P is going to do. There's your COVID, right? We chopped around, hey, COVID high. And now we are close to the COVID. I told you back here, I should have listened to me. I said Amazon will see 80 before it goes any higher, 90 to 80. Don't want to be right with that, but guess what? It's in between 90 and 80. Everybody remember when I said that? I did say that. But again, long-term bullish trade out here is underwater. I get it. I don't care. Don't tell me about your long-term bullish trade on Amazon. if you liked Amazon up here where we put it on, you love it down here, right? Now it's at a discount. That's the way you should look at these things. If you don't think Amazon is going to get back up to where you got into it, get out of the trade. My commit criteria for getting into it is in 2 years or whenever the expiration is, the Jan 25s, right? The Jan 25s. If Amazon ain't back up to where we got into it by Jan 25, the world doesn't exist anymore. I mean, it's just, I just don't physically see that happening. Could be completely wrong. I reserve the right to be completely wrong. So, but this is not a good looking chart. Look at all the periscopes up trying to, I mean, this is just that's a bearish pennant. What happens to bearish pennants? Something happens. They either break up or down. You see this tightening? That tightening is a bearish pennant. With Amazon down here in the 80s, you could actually start doing the wagon wheel. You could start doing cash secured puts on this thing or selling puts. I mean, that's not a bad idea. But for Friday, what did I price out? 88. Let me take a look at the 88. I was going to do a bear call spread. Stupid trade the other week with the bull put spread, the iron condor thing. That was dumb. 88. Well, this was also at the open before Amazon started going down even more. So let's do so you could do short calls at the 88 and do a bear call spread. You can kind of do an off. Let me show you how to do that. December 23rd. 88, 89 bear call spread, 75, 75. You can add short calls and make it a little bit unbalanced, although that does hit your margin differently. This is the bear call spread for Friday on Amazon. This is the trade, Amazon trade for the week. Let's step through it. Sell 75 of Fridays, and it's kind of it's Christmas week, man. Parties, everybody's, family traveling, everything like that. So it can be a potentially volatile week, right? With just not a lot going on. So be careful. This could be a popcorn week, enjoy the family, all that type of stuff. But I think just Amazon just keeps heading lower. It's a slow death. I forgot to brief the let me just review this real quick. Building permits, housing starts. This one will be interesting on Wednesday, the Conference Board consumer confidence. If this comes in bad, the market's going to implode. I guarantee you. Existing home sales. Final GDP, Friday is a big day, actually, with a lot of people traveling. But man, here's a big one. Inflation expectations. This is what this is one of a Fed indicator. How do people feel about inflation? Do you think it's going to get worse or better? Oh boy. This might actually come in, you ready for this? Might be a little lighter. With the recent inflation reports, and Joe Biden running around telling everybody inflation's at zero, but that's the big Fed one right there, folks. PCE. CPI and PCE are the Fed's altimeters. This is why we got that rally last time. There was a big drop in it. So, I don't know, man. Yeah, exactly. Eric, I don't know, man. Seeing that the Fed lied about the jobs number, who knows? I don't trust anything the government tells me, which is a sad place it's not a sad place to live. It's the truth. Sell 75 of the 88, buy the 89s. So the trades on the screen, start working that. I need to save something real quick. Dropbox. Hang on. Dropbox. All right. Desktop. There's the trade. All right, there we go. 29 cents. I'd go about 2 cents wide, down to 27 or up to 31. Double the credit you take in. 68 cents is where I'd maybe eject out of this trade. If Amazon starts climbing this week and gets up to about double the credit you take in, consider ejecting. Why consider it? Because is it just a momentary pop? Is it a sustain? You got to look at the whys, right? So we talk about the bad on the screen. Double the credit you take in. Let's go for 30. Now, we always look here first. $5,200. That is based on 75 contracts. You don't want to risk $5,200. You don't do 75 contracts. You do 1 million, you do 0, you do 1. I can't tell you what to do. I'd never tell you what to do. You got to do you. You are the pilot in command of your portfolio. If you risk 52, you could make 22. That's a good risk to reward ratio, 1 to 0.43. We know that we make money 3 out of 4 ways on this trade. Amazon 12.19 metric. Right? We know that if Amazon can go down, we make money. Amazon stays where it is, just hovers around the mid 80s, we make money. It can even go up a little bit as long as it stays below our break even of 88.30. On this screen, we talk about the good 7, 8, 9. I don't know why I'm writing like that. 70, 80, 90%. If you're looking at a 70, 80, 90% profit on the credit you took in, go ahead and close it. Okay. If you want, you could do something like this. You could sell 80 of them. Why would you do 80? Well, because I have 5 of my synthetic stock on, right? Now, you might freak out on this screen saying, oh my God, it's infinite loss. No, it's not. Technically, we have that synthetic stock on, right? So if you have the synthetic stock on in your solo Amazon portfolio or wherever this is the solo Amazon portfolio, you can do it like this, right? If not, do it 75, 75, and then just do your normal, sell the 5 calls on their own. All right, let's fire that. Amazon's bumping around a little bit. Obviously, the lifetime members and the hunters get this first, and then I send out a text and email alert to the regular solo Amazon members. Looks like Frank already got his bear call spread on. Frank did the 88.89. All right. And then, like I said, I'll send out a text alert. Yep, Rocco, 10:04. So that was Rocco. I already briefed the Jan 6 put spread. Let's start making some profits on it so we can, or Amazon. So, and the short calls. Do 5 of the 88s as well. Do your 5. Sell 5. This is for the synthetic stock. There goes the S&P. I'm going to sit here for a little while more because I got a lot of calls on Mondays. I'm going to shoot some snipers. Amazon short call 12.19. All right, so fire that one. Those are your short calls for the synthetic stock. Every week, folks, which is awesome, right? I love weekly options because me in the bringing in the short calls, doing the work helps reduce that cost basis, right? You just got to do it. Don't look at the long-term position, man. If that gives you agita, you're doing it completely wrong, man. It should not be that way. I told you when we put on that synthetic stock on Amazon, I'm like, it's a good possibility it's going to go down, but we're in it for something more than that. So for longer. Okay. Any other questions, concerns? Oh, by the ways, let me know now or go to the ready room. Like I said, we're gonna the call option, being able to get the lifetime membership for 50% discount, expires on December 31st. So go ahead and shoot me an email, or you just go to the nofallenheroesfoundation.org and you can donate down here. I see an email when that happens. As soon as you donate, I get an email and I will give you access to the Max Afterburner lifetime group. 3 months of access to the lifetime group is worth $8,000. So Barry, I have no clue. We're probably going to be moving to 2 full throttles a year. I have zero time to do that. I'm going to be talking to Goose. He might be able to step up and do those, but the once a quarter days are over with. That's just not feasible anymore as my schedule gets packed. So we'll do one soon, obviously not before the end of the year. I'm swamped, but yeah, make sure you go watch the old ones, man. But I just can't. I do not have the bandwidth. That's a lot of time and effort. But yeah, I will definitely do a couple a year, but I can't do one every quarter. So maybe Goose, I was talking to Goose in the past. Once his schedule frees up, I think Goose might be one of our he's an instructor here. So he might step up. So, all right. I'm going to get going. Like I said, do me a favor, throw some shekels over here. Every donation counts, man. If $100, whatever you can do to help out the foundation. Chris, no, I don't think so. On the 23rd. Let's just Google it. I forget. I always get all my market holidays. Yeah, I think it's Christmas Eve, it's a 1 p.m. close. Bond market closes at 2, and the stock market closes at 1 on Friday. So, all right, guys, I got to get going. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow for many of you for the primary live trade brief, and I'll get an email and text alert, and then check out the replay on the replay page. And if you need it one more time, here's the Traders Accounting replay. Traders Accounting. So if you missed the brief on Thursday or Friday, whenever it was, Wednesday, there it is. Okay. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless. Fight salt. Namaste. I'll see you tomorrow.